Today on Vox, we'll have information on a massive crash and more. Kayla Pearson will have your local weather, and Aaron Carroll will have your sports.
It's Monday, November 18th, 2019, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Jay Standridge.
And I'm Emily Ann. It's Mickey Mouse's birthday. November 18th is considered to be the official birthday of the fictional mouse created by Walt Disney. It is celebrated by Disney and Mickey Mouse fans all over the world.
Dayton played host to the November Tennessee Bass Nation High School Tournament competition Saturday with a huge turnout. There were over 200 high school teams competing and 51 junior teams. It turned out to be it was the biggest state tournament Tennessee's ever had. Weston Moss and Drake Hemby, who go to Whitwell High School, won the event with five bass weighing 18.28 pounds. They were awarded a scholarship check with $1,500 for the win. The biggest bass of the day was 7.78 pounds, caught by Tanner Herndon and Jaden Perkey.
4 people are dead after 10 individuals were shot in Fresno on Sunday evening after a family had gathered to watch football, police said. 3 people were found dead in the home's backyard while a 4th died at the hospital. A suspect snuck into the backyard of the home and opened fire on those who gathered there, according to Fresno Police Lieutenant Bill Dooley. The shooting took place just before 8 p.m. local time. The shooter was able to escape, and police do not know their identity, Dooley said. It is, however, possible the person was known to the victims. 5 people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, police said. Another person suffered a bullet graze wound. The suspect never entered the home, according to police, where about 35 people were gathered for the viewing party. Dozens of emergency vehicles were on the scene in southeast Fresno, near the city's airport. The Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives is sending a team to help investigate the shooting.
A Chattanooga man is behind bars after police say he criminally exposed HIV to others. An affidavit obtained by News Channel 9 says on Friday police responded to a disorder at Sylvan Drive around 7:15 a.m. When police got there, they met the suspect Chester Bennett and his girlfriend. According to the report, Bennett's girlfriend told police he had left the night before after getting into an argument with the woman. Bennett came back that morning, but the woman would not let him inside. His girlfriend told police she found on Wednesday that Bennett had HIV. She told the police that Bennett did not tell her this, and she had been intimate on 38 separate occasions since August 16th. According to the report, his girlfriend found out after reviewing findings of his previous court case. The affidavit says Bennett confirmed to police he had previously pleaded guilty to criminal exposure to HIV with a different victim. Bennett's girlfriend then told police he had a firearm in his safe at the home. Police say they took the weapon out of the home, which they say was stolen. Chester Bennett is charged with 4 counts of criminal exposure to HIV, domestic assault, unlawful possession of a handgun, and other charges.
This passionate dad has managed to rally an internet fan base of his own after he was filmed cheering on his daughter's high school football team with zeal. Heckelin Holland was just one of the spectators watching the York High School Falcons play, except Holland was one of the only spectators who was kicking, jumping, clapping, and fist bumping along with the cheerleaders. In fact, since Holland's daughter Mackenzie is one of the Falcons' cheerleader squads, Holland was able to join in on every dance routine without missing a beat. Scott Willard, who had been watching the game from the stands, was in awe of Holland's secular dance moves, so he pulled out his phone and recorded a quick video for Facebook. This guy right here needs to go viral. By far, cheer dad of the year, Willard wrote in the social media post. Quote, "This dude rocks." Since Willard posted the video of Holland's wholesome cheer to Facebook, the footage has been viewed over more than 4 million times. Holland later admitted to Good Morning America that he never expected people to show such appreciation for his cheer because he was just, quote, having fun. But if this brings joy to folks, then I'm happy to be that guy.
Black Eyed Peas musician will.i.am has accused a flight attendant from Australia's national carrier Qantas of being racist and rude to him on a flight. The musician said he was met by police at Sydney Airport on Saturday after an incident with the overly aggressive flight attendant, who says he was upset with him because he couldn't hear her through his noise-canceling headphones. He and the Black Eyed Peas are in Australia to perform as part of the world tour.
A massive crash sent 19 people to hospitals as thick fog and ice covered a Virginia highway Sunday. The crash happened around 4:30 a.m. on the eastbound lanes of Interstate 64 near the Nelson-Augustus country line. Virginia State Police spokeswoman Corny Geller said, "Heavy fog and ice road conditions are to blame," Geller said. The driver of the tractor trailer lost control and the semi-truck filled with mail overturned, state police said. A nearby charter bus was able to avoid an overturned semi and struck it. The impact of the crash split the tractor trailer in half, Geller said. The bus ran right off the side of the highway and came to rest against the guardrail. At least 7 minor crashes followed in the same lane as the major crash. State police said no one was injured in those minor crashes.
A Massachusetts father is being held in jail after his 5-year-old son brought drugs to school and told him it made him feel like Spider-Man. The child attends Lawrence Elementary School in Holyoke, Massachusetts. The young boy showed the bag of drugs to his kindergarten teacher and said when he puts the drugs into his mouth, it makes him feel like Spider-Man. On the baggie were stickers of the Spider-Man. The teacher immediately notified the principal, who contacted police. The young boy was taken to the hospital while the Holyoke police went to the boy's home, and they found the father, Benny Garcia, asleep with 38 bags of cocaine and 70 bags of heroin in his home. Both Garcia's kids have been taken out of the home by Child Services, and he will be in court this Wednesday, where a judge will decide if he can be released on bail.
The Chattanooga Fire Department responded to a trailer fire on Glendale Drive Sunday morning. When they got there, the trailer was already completely consumed by fire. Everyone had already evacuated the trailer by the time the firefighters got there and reported that there was no injuries. The cause of the fire is unknown and is still under investigation.
Now let's turn over to Braden Falls with political news.
Today in political news, the U.S. sells billions of dollars worth of weapons, training, and other security assistance to the United Arab Emirates and its Gulf allies, but it retains tight control over its technologies. The UAE is investing in a massive effort to build its own military capabilities. The UAE intends to rely less on the United States. Al Banai, CEO of defense group called Edge, says when it comes to its own security, every nation wants to ensure it has sovereignty over its specific security capabilities. However, Al Banai did not indicate how much the UAE is willing to spend in its domestic defense push. Defense contracts or deliveries can take years to finalize, sometimes even prevent arms sales from even happening in the first place. Those factors have prompted the Gulf and the UAE to invest in developing their own weaponry. Let's send it over to Kaylee Peak with good news you could use.
Today in Good News You Could Use, customers lend a helping hand to a struggling employee. Due to a scheduling mishap, a Waffle House employee was left alone to run the entire restaurant on Sunday night. At around midnight, 30 hungry customers walked into the Birmingham restaurant. One, an Ethan Crispo, noticed there was only one employee struggling to take orders, cook, bus tables, and manage the cash register. Ethan says he noticed the lone worker briefly speak to a man at the counter and then hand him an apron. The customer got to work washing dishes, and this sparked an amazing chain. According to Good News Network, a couple minutes later, a woman in high heels and a sequin dress briskly strode behind the counter to brew more coffee and take a few orders, before resigning herself to bussing tables. Suddenly, a third customer marched over to help. Crispo recalls the moment saying, quote, "It was just one of those wild instances of really, really cool people just coming together. Humanity isn't just good, it's great." I'm Kaylee Peak with Fox News. Back to the studio.
Now let's turn over to Caleb with your weather report.
I'll have your weather and more after this break.
Alexa, ask Whirlpool. Hey Google, ask Whirlpool. Ask Whirlpool. Ask Whirlpool.
Care can be a handful. That's why our Whirlpool Smart Range helps you care smarter with voice control.
Hey Google, ask Whirlpool to turn off the oven.
Set oven timer for 5 hours. Keep warm. Alexa, ask Whirlpool to preheat the oven to 350.
So life doesn't revolve around your range. Everyday care. Whirlpool.
One thing to love about the Tennessee Valley is Bradley Central Show Choir, Vocal Motion. The other thing to love is the local Geico office on Lee Highway.
You could save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. Oh, you can save a lot. But how do you know? Unless you call 894-2600.
Got a car? Got a boat? Got a home?
Get a quote.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's take a look at our local radar. As you can see, we've got some slight rain in the area, but we're mostly clear, so let's go ahead and look at our daily weather. Today we're hitting a high of 60 with a low of 35. It feels like 38. We have wind of 5 miles per hour. That's all I have for our daily weather. Let's go ahead and look at our national. As you can see, there's a lot of rain in towards the east area, some towards the mid-east and up north, and then there's some rain out up north in the Midwest. Let's go ahead and look at our 7-day forecast. Today we're hitting a high of 60 with a low of 35. Tuesday and Wednesday we'll be hitting a high of 57 and 60 with lows of 38 and 39. Thursday we'll have a high of 65 and a low of 49. Friday and Saturday there will be light rain showers with a high of 61, a high of 53 and a low of 49 and a low of 39. Sunday will be partially cloudy with a high of 52 and a low of 32. In recent weather headlines, an advisory warning has been set for several northeastern states such as Maine, New York, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Heavy rain, ice, and snow will be spread out through these various areas, calling for a winter advisory warning that will last for the next 2 days. Let's hope our friends up north stay safe. That's all I have for weather. Let's pass it on to Aaron with sports.
Thanks, Caleb. I'll have your NBA and more after this break.
Do you need credit up to $4,000? With a check into cash flex loan secured by your car title, that's exactly what you could get. Apply for the cash you need today and keep your car. At Check into Cash, a flex loan offers you the funds you need to handle some of life's bigger emergencies. Get started on your flex loan by visiting checkintocash.com/TN. Apply in-store with your car title, receive quick approval, and borrow the funds you need.
Your one-stop money shop, check into cash.
Denso has been around for a really, really long time, locally in our area, over 30 years, and it's a very stable company to work for.
before I started working here, I didn't know what Denso was, but since I've been working here, knowing how much Denso sort of has its footprint all over the world, it's actually a global company that a lot of people in America haven't heard of, but it interacts with everything you do. If you drive a car, you probably have a Denso part in it.
So some of my daily tasks consist of fixing the machines, communicating with my other associates, and making sure all these production lines are working properly.
We do logistics. We repack finished good products.
My day-to-day here is basically working on the machines and producing product for Denso.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at your NBA. All right, first up, we got the 76ers and the Cavaliers, 114-95. We got the Nuggets and the Grizzlies, 131-114. We got the Warriors and the Pelicans with an only 8-point difference with the Pelicans winning. We got the Hawks and the Lakers, 101-122. Wizards and the Magic, 121-125. And the Celtics and the Kings with a 1-point difference. There's probably a lot of people disappointed there or happy. Now let's take a look at our NFL. Moving on to that, we got the Jets and the Redskins, 34-17. We got the Cardinals and the 49ers with a 10-point difference, 26-36. We got the Bengals and the Raiders, 7 points difference there. We got the Jaguars and the Colts, 13-33. Patriots and the Eagles, just like the Bengals and the Raiders, with a 7-point difference, but with the Patriots, their home winning, 17-10. And the Bears and the Rams, again, another 10-point difference, 7-17. That's all for me. Stay tuned for commercial break for our announcements.
Get along down the road. We got a long, long way to go. Scared to live, scared to die. We ain't perfect, but we try. Get along while we can. Always give love the upper hand. Paint a wall, learn to dance. Call your mom, buy a boat, sing a song, make a friend. Can't we all get along?
We are online at YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can check us out on Facebook, WTMB, and of course at voxnews.net.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
Vox, the voice of Bradley Central.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears!